No, it's always
That's funny.
a pleasure to be around.
We just watched you play against Skylar on the
Yeah, there's
TV
that
table.
face back there. I'm gonna go have him kidnapped. I'm just kidding. Love Skylar to death.
How do you played smooth there? You're very fast. You're very, you know your
Time's
way.
expensive, man. You can't be
No, you're on the
pumping and
TV
12
time.
pumping.
TV
Yeah,
time.
that's it. No, I made a few mistakes. You know what I mean? A couple balls rolled out on me, and I missed a couple balls just getting like silly positions.
You played a good safe there on him, though.
Yeah, I locked him down or whatever. But I mean, Skylar plays great, man. Shoots so good, and he deserves to be where he's at, top of the world, when it comes to American pool. But you know, hopefully I persevere through adversities, and maybe I could start trying to you know, play in battle for the Moscone Cup. That'd be fun.
I'd love to see you.
They'd be like, you're up, your mom, you know. I'd have fun with
One thing that I noticed in this match you just played against Skylar is you're talking to the rail the whole time. You were waving at me. I was in the back, and you're waving at me.
I would never do it when Skylar's shooting. Like, it was
no. You weren't doing it disrespectful.
And me and Skylar are friends, too.
I saw a little chatter with you, too.
Yeah, we're having fun back and forth. It's like, you know, but, yeah, man, like, so, like, my perception of what pool is and how pool is now, I mean, is a little bit, you know, there's similarities, but there's also like night and day. Like, I believe the pool should be like, guy makes a great shot, everybody shows love, you know what I mean? It's kind of like you're still competing against each other and respecting each other while kind of busting balls a little bit. Look at basketball, you know what I mean? Like, people are, you know, fucking spilling beer and cheering and trying to, you know, whatever. I believe the pool should be a little bit more spectator friendly versus
right.
You know, like
now versus 10 years ago, pool is better. Move forward or move back?
I believe that they're taking a step in the right direction with the matchroom events. I mean, Frank's putting on an amazing job. Kevin Steers, you know, fucking adding money. They got sponsors. I believe it's moving in the right direction. I mean, Federer just won $250,000 in the World 9-Ball Championships. I think a lot of it, like, is very perception based. Like, I never based it on perception, like, unless you're making a game. Like, if a guy is a very, like, a Federer, for example, I'm never going to gamble with him even. Not saying I can't beat him in a tournament or something, but I'm never going to play him even. But I think pool, like, a lot of players, they, you know, they get glorified or whatever. Rightfully so, you know, they deserve it. That's their livelihood. They work very hard at their craft. But at the same time, a lot of players that are coming up have to remember, at some point, Skylar Woodward was myself. Skylar Woodward was a lower player. So not saying that I mastered anything or that he did, but in order to be a master at something, at one point you had to be a beginner at it. So, you know, respect your opponent, don't glorify them, and just try your hardest whenever you're shooting at the balls, you know. So it's like, but I believe that pool is heading in the right direction. So if you would have asked me, like, was pool better now or 40 years ago, I would have said 40 years ago, and I'll tell you why. Because look at the Camel Tour. Fucking 1980, they're paying 40, 50,000. And just up until this year, you know, when they took over with the matchroom and stuff, the fucking U.S. Open paid 50,000. Like, that's crazy, you know?
Right.
Like, so financially, like, if you're a professional at anything, you're doing it for financial gain. You're doing it for residual income. And unless you're in the top upper echelon pool players, like the Moscone Cup guys, like the top Europeans, it's very hard to have financial stability through pool. So I think that financially they're starting to head in the right direction and they're doing the right things. But I also think, just like everybody, and I listen, it's just my opinion, you know what I mean? I think a couple of things could be done to further the progress of pool financially, you know what I mean? I'm not saying, you know, like, dude, they're throwing fucking cornhole on ESPN. Come on. Like, how do you even... listen, I'm sure it's a tough game, and cornhole players, please don't be Karens. I'm not discrediting you. I'm just saying, like, how do you even commentate on that? It's like, oh my God, guy is going to throw bag of sand in the hole. Exhilarating. Next guy, bag of sand in the hole. I don't know all the shots. Again, I'm not discrediting you. I'm just making a point. If cornhole can be on ESPN, then men's pool surely can be on ESPN. They could surely have, you know, big sponsors. They could have added money. They could have Pepsi or whatever. That's just my theory, my thought process.
Last question, Ken. Last question.
You didn't hit record again. No, I'm just fucking.
Who has the #1 most viewed interview in the history of Level 2 Billiards?
I mean, I guess this guy.
Russian Kenny.
I didn't know that. I found that out today, and it's an honor and a privilege to work with Jay. He's the fucking man. And even when he owned the pool room in Jersey, right down the street from Fat Albert's, he always showed me love. It was always a great time coming in there.
Kenny would come into the Level 2 Billiards, always respectful player. Always came in the middle of the night. I like that about you.
I'm a night creature,
Yeah?
man.
All right.
I sleep a lot.
Kenny, good luck the rest of the way.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for joining me, pal.
I'm going to try my hardest to be back in the final 16.
That's it. Russian Kenny here in Philadelphia.